Hi guys, so let's try to learn some more about this IPv6. So now we are seeing, so we are learning about this IPv6 address, right? So why still IPv4 addresses are sticked around in the world? So still IPv4 address, why are they there? So let's try to see about this one. So compared to the IPv4 address, which are written in the decimal like 192.168.1.1, IPv6 address looks a bit intimidating. Compared to this IPv4 address, so the IPv6 address looks like somewhat different. It will look like, so I already told you, right? IPv4 address we will be writing in the decimal format like 192.168.1.1. So whereas this one is little bit different. IPv4 address are clean and simple, which is one reason we are still using them. So that is the main thing. The IPv6 address looks clean and very simple, but for computers or something like that, it is doesn't matter. It's all are just binary numbers. They don't care if it is IPv4 or IPv6 as long as each device gets a unique address. So that is the main thing. So for us humans, especially network engineers or anyone assigning the IP address, IPv6 can feel complex. But don't worry, there are some rules and all those things which makes up the IPv6 address, which is easier to work with. So let's try to understand some rules about this one. Okay. So now let's say that we are having IPv6 address something around like this. Okay. So we already seen about this IPv6 address. So let me get one IP address for you so that we can able to understand. So I'm trying to paste IP address, IPv6 address. Let's say that we are having an IPv6 address of this one, right? So now in each of these 8 portions, so let's try to see here. Okay. So I will explain you first here. In each of these 8 portions, you can drop the leading zeros. For example, in this portion 00000, so that one is there, right? So you can drop the tall zeros and you can make it as a single zero, and the leading zeros also you can remove it. So that means here what I can do it is, so 2001. So you need to write it like this only, and here you will be able to see the leading zeros are there, 0. So there is no need to write that 0. Leading zeros you can write, no need to write. So directly you can write DB8. Okay, so automatically the system will assign the leading zeros. How many zeros are there? You can omit those all things. So consecutive zeros before leading only. And here you can write 85A3. And here you are having all zeros. So you can keep simply 10. And here also you are having all zeros. You can keep simply 10. And this one is 8A2E. So here you are having zeros, right? So you can make it as in 370. 370, and the last one is 7334. So this is how you can represent this one. So this one is this IP address is nothing but one and the same with this IP address. So remove this one. So this is also one and the same only. So now here the IPv6 address. So let's try to understand some basic concepts about this one. The IPv6 protocol knows to add those zeros back when converting to binary. So even if the address looks shorter, it's still the same 128-bit address. This rules helps to make IPv6 less bulky. So this one is looking less bulky. Still somewhat are there. So now another rule. So rule number 2. So this is the rule number 1. So now we have decreased this one, right? So rule number 1. So this has been finished. So rule number 1 is, so whatever the leading zeros are there, you can omit those zeros. And you can, all the zeros is there means you can keep 10. So now if you have consecutive zeros, okay. So let's say that you are having an IPv6 address of something like this. Let's assume, okay, I don't want to mess it up. So here you are having an IPv6 address of something like this. So this is what you are having, the IPv6 address, right? So 2001. So this is what you are having it. So if you are having an IPv6 address, so here also you need to keep the zeros actually. So it is not an IPv6 address. Now here this one is the thing. Okay. So this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that is here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we have removed this 853. So now I have kept a 0 all. So now let's say that we are having an IPv6 address of this one. So let's say that you are having a so here what will happen? So if you want to convert it into a full-fledged thing, okay, full-fledged thing means then it will have, so this is all applied the rule 1, right? So 2001, and here you will be having 0 db8, and here you will be having 0000 colon 0000 and 0000, and here this will be 8a2e, and this one will be 0370, and the last one will be 7334. So this is the full form, and this one is after applying the rule number 1, it has become it like this. Now here if you try to see, you are having consecutive zeros. If you are having consecutive portions that are all zeros, you can replace them with double colons. So that means entire thing you can replace with double colons, but only once in the address. So it should be the double colons will be should be replaced only one time only. For example, here we have two portions, so we can write colon here. So that means here you can write in such a way that, so this one, so this is the basic one, and this one is after applying the rule number 1. After applying the rule number 2, so 2001 and db8, here we are having 3 times consecutive zeros, right? So you can apply like this, and here you can write 8a2e, and here you can write 370, and another last one is a 7334. Sorry. So this is the rule number 2. So whenever you are having a consecutive portions of zeros means, so you can keep the double column. So that's why you will be able to see the double column of this. So that is the thing. This makes the address even shorter. But why only once? So if you use it multiple times means the converter wouldn't know how many zero portions to add it back. So that means, for example, let's say that if you are trying to keep 2001, and here if you keep it like this, and again 8a 2e, and again if you keep it like this 7334 means, so this is not the valid one. Why? Because so you are trying to keep the two consecutive zeros. Now the IPv6 protocol cannot able to understand how many zeros I need to keep it. So this type of double colon should be exist in the IPv6 address only one time only. It should not be repeated multiple times. So that is the thing. So that's why you can combine with this rule 1 for the maximum simplicity. So this is what I want to explain you. So one last thing which I want to tell you is IPv6 address are not case sensitive. Whether you can mention db8 or otherwise you can also mention with the capital letters also db8. So that doesn't matter anything. It's the same address in hexadecimal, a lowercase f or a lowercase anything, uppercase f, both means the number 15 only. So use whatever style you prefer. It won't affect the address. So that's it guys about this one. So you are able to understand about this concept. So IPv6 is critical because it allows the internet to keep growing. With the 128 bits, you have enough. What I mean to say is you have enough addresses for every device on the planet and going beyond. Whether you are a developer, a network engineer, or just curious, understanding IPv6 address helps you navigate the modern internet. So that's it for today's guys about the IPv6 address. We have covered why IPv6 exists, how it fits into the networking stack, the structure of the IPv6 address, and those handy simplification rules also we have learned it. If you found this helpful, give us a thumbs up, share this video, let us know in the comments if you want more Node.js deep tutorials, core tutorials like this. So if you have missed the last video, check out the last video on DNS if you have missed it. Stay tuned for more technical tutorials. See you in the next time. Until then, bye.